Good morning, everyone. Hi, this is Cindy here from Two Crafty Little Sisters. Thank you for joining me. We really appreciate it. Today's tutorial will be on how to make this Get Well Soon card. And then the background I used the distressed oxide inks, and I kind of flicked them with a paintbrush. So kind of a different background, but it came out kind of cute. So for the card that I made, I used the Lawn Fawn Get Well Soon stamp set and the matching dies that came with it. And also I used a square, the smallest square die, to cut out the orange squares. And before we get started, here's another sample of a card I made using the craft card stock and the same colors, the wilted violet, the fossilized amber, and then I also used worn lipstick for this one also. So there's a kind of a different look to it. I love using the Distress Oxide inks on craft card stock. It comes out so cute. So let's get started. For the base card, we want to cut it 5.5 by 8.5 inches and then score at 4 1/4. Fold that over. And we've got our base card. For the background layer, I cut it at 4 1/8 and 5 3/8. And we can pop that on the front of the card. There we go. For the squares, I used the square die cut, but if you don't have a square die cut, they came out about 1.5 by 1.5 inches, and you need 3 of those to go on the front. And from the stamp set, I cut out a little band-aid, a little jar, and a little birdie. I did put a stamp and foam dot on there, or a foam dot I should say, just to give it some pop. And I colored all these with my Spectrum Noir markers. Sometimes it is really hard to get that little piece of paper off, to get it sticking. There we go. So there we go. Now I've got the squares all done, like in a card, and these are ready to go also. So we'll put those off to the side. Now for the background, I cut a piece of white cardstock, 4 by 5 1/4 inches, and the 2 Distress Oxide inks that I used for this card are Wilted Violet. Oh, I'm sorry, I used the Spice Marmalade. So those are the 2 that I used. And what I did was, on my craft mat, I just kind of just put down a little thing of ink, a little smudge of it, and taking a spritz marker, I just spritz this to get it wet. And then all I did was I took my brush and really loaded it up and then just flicked it let's try it that way. There we go. I get some bigger splotches. Kind of a neat effect. Something different. Another way to use your oxide inks. Clearing this brush up. I can get rid of the purple. I don't want that transferring to the orange spice marmalade. Alrighty. And then take some of that. And then, kind of fun. And there we go with that. The other thing I did with some of the other cards that I made was I used my shimmer spray, sheer shimmer spritz. I'll say that 3 times real fast. I used some of that, sprayed it off to the side, and then used my paintbrush, rolled that in, and kind of gave it some glimmer sparkles, just for some added little fun. So there we have the background. It's with the craft mat, it is easy. You just have to wipe it off. And it cleans up really nice. I love this craft mat. So there we have, it's kind of hard, I don't know if you can see the little shimmer spray on there, but when it dries it'll have a nice little shimmer to it. Oops, I did get some on my card, but oh well. Glue down. Put this on there. Get that all. And then just take some tape, and then we'll glue these down. That one a little further down. Get this, it's kind of hard to get this straight, especially from the angle that I'm working at. Oops, there we go. Pretty good. There we go. And then for the final touch is getting the Get Well Soon on there. So using my Misty, I will pop this down and then center where I want the Get Well Soon and the little exclamation mark, which is so teeny of a stamp. That one's kind of hard to get. I'll get that, I'll put that on right on the Misty thing itself. I use Memento Tuxedo Black ink, and I'll ink this up. And there we go. And there you have it. A cute card with a fun little background. I've tried experimenting with all different kinds of colors. They come out so nice, and it's really hard to see that sprinkle, the shimmer sprinkle stuff on there, but it does. It is on there, and it kind of gives it a nice little shimmer. So thank you for joining me. I hope you have a chance to try out this technique. It's just another way to use your Distress Oxide inks, which I think is a great idea. So thank you for joining me. Have a great rest of the week, and we'll see you soon. Thank you. Bye.